welcome back Simone Biles.
World champion! Another extraordinary moment.
Nights like this, why we love college football. Scheffler back on top of the world.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
Come on, I need it. Come on, man. Let's dominate, bro.
Showtime.
Let's go. Hit them out from the jump.
Let's go!
Let's go. Hey, you better stop trying, man.
Tonight, Sunday Night Football, everybody wants it.
Runs for the goal line. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Yes! Fires back near the punt for the touchdown.
That's it fly.
Oh my goodness! Lamar Jackson
Make you miss.
no good. He missed it wide left. It hit the crossbar and came back.
That is creativity.
Herbert, Enzo, caught. There you go.
He giving us their best shot. Just too fast. We giving them ours. Showtime.
It most certainly is. Action Jackson. He's been putting on a show lately, and the Ravens have won 5 of their last 6 as they chase the top seed in the AFC. Now, OBJ was questionable coming in with a shoulder injury, but he is active and he's in the stadium. He won a Super Bowl in with the Rams. Meanwhile, he's going against Justin Herbert, who's riding in, not walking, okay? With the Chargers, they're 4-6, have lost 2 straight in dramatic fashion. Plenty of work to do if they want to get back in the playoff hunt. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Football Night in America. We hope you had an amazing Thanksgiving, and your eyes do not deceive you. That is not Jason Garrett. That is Chris Sims at the adult table. He spent his Thanksgiving at the kids' table, but he's joining us today. That's Devin McCourty. Jason will be calling the game, so we hope he has a great call. But we've got a few games still going on right now. We'll keep you updated on those. But let's talk about what really matters. And for you, Devin, it's the Steelers and what they were able to do offensively without Matt Canada calling plays.
A lot was talked about this week. Never, ever had they fired a coach. But Pitt came out throwing the ball down the field. That's the first play of the game. Brian Freiermuth, who came back this week. But it wasn't just that. Kenny Pickett seemed confident, throwing the ball down the field. Deontay Johnson, Pickens, everybody that everyone's been talking about used these weapons. They used them, and they came to play today, and it worked out well for them.
No doubt about it, Devin. And then, of course, it helped open up the run game for the Steelers, too. How about this AFC South quarterback shootout, Maria? I mean, Trevor Lawrence was phenomenal, throwing for over 300 yards, threw a touchdown. Then this guy, the rookie, C.J. Stroud. It wasn't easy for him. He made a lot of plays, dancing in the pocket. They had a chance to win it at the end. Just a little doinkage there off the crossbar, and the Jags win the AFC South battle.
What the Colts said in the AFC South, do not forget about us. They came out and they dominated up front. The big uglies, they like to call them, they went out there and they played good ball all day, Sims.
They definitely did. They got something going on that D-line, and that Colts O-line, they've got something as well, the way they're running the football. But Ekubaum right there, big free agent signing from the offseason, gets the strip sack. Good win for the Colts.
Hey, Atlanta, this is why you bought Bejan Robinson to the A. He was able to run the ball. He had a few passes, but they made sure to put the ball in Bijan Robinson's hands all day, and it showed up and helped him.
He almost went right into the locker room right after this play. 19 touches, 123 total yards. You're right. Rise up, Atlanta Falcons. That's the home team. You know that. It's time for a football night alert, and we want to alert you to what's going on with the Browns as they take on the Broncos. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he gets hit very hard on this play, guys. He's out with a head injury after this.
Yeah, I understand it. Devin and I were watching this. This is Barrett Browning, who's a good player for the Broncos, but he's in a vulnerable position, throwing the ball, and he's not real big to begin with. One of the harder hits I've seen a quarterback take all year.
Yeah, Amari Cooper is also out with a rib injury. We're keeping you updated on those late games. We're almost finished in Arizona, but we've got a great one going on between the Bills and the Eagles. We'll keep you updated as the show goes on. All right, you know where the guys are. They're soaking up a little bit of sun out there in SoFi. Jack Collinsworth, Tony Dungy, Rodney Harrison. It's time to do some work, okay? What do you expect to see in this game?
It is time to do some work, Maria. So the Chargers, they're in a battle for their postseason lives, while Baltimore, they're in the mix right now for that top seed in the AFC. When you think about the Ravens, they were 14-2 that MVP year with Lamar. How does this team this year stack up?
I actually think this team is better. Offensively, they've given Lamar a lot more freedom. I talked to safety Kyle Hamilton. He told me they're only scratching the surface on what they can do on the defensive side of the ball. But, Coach, what I like about this team is they're winning in different ways. It's not just Lamar Jackson running around making plays.
And for the Chargers, they're playing dynamic offense. Their problem is on defense. They're talented, but they are not playing consistent football. They're going to have their hands full with that Baltimore running game tonight. That's what they've got to stop.
And, Coach, it always comes down to close games in the NFL, right? And closing has been the problem for L.A. 5 losses by 3 points or fewer this year, which is by far the most in the league. See if they can pull off a close one tonight. They can use a win of any kind on this field tonight. When we come back, how Baltimore has built the best run game in the league. Football night in America from the West Coast rolls on.
For a football night alert, Bills up 3 here, but Josh Allen going to throw a pick. James Bradbury coming up with the big play.
Got to see the cover 2 corner, right, McCourty? I mean, you can't throw that ball into that coverage. The Eagles all over it. Nice catch by Bradbury.
Yeah, and then you see here, it's 3rd and 15. How about a 30-yard touchdown from Jalen Hurts?
Marie, that's a scramble drill. He gets outside of the pocket, buys some extra time, and right here, Micah Hyde and Poyer just can't get away with the kids, and a big catch right
Bills out playing them. Eagles making all the big plays.
Yep, so now they are up 3 right now in Philly on CBS in those Kelly green uniforms. All right, we're getting you set for the Ravens taking on the Chargers, and we know that run game looks great. Jack, take it away. You guys hanging out in SoFi.
Yeah, Maria, from the air back to the ground. Baltimore enters this game with the top rush attack in the NFL. Just name the category. There they are at number 1. All that without J.K. Dobbins, who tore his Achilles in week 1. So what is it that makes that ground game for Baltimore so unique?
Jack, I would say the number 1 word is diverse. We saw all those numbers, how good they are, but they can do a lot of different things. They can run with power. They can double team you, but they also can use finesse. I love this. Not blocking the end man, lets them double team, but he's got to make a decision. Do I tackle Lamar, or do I let Keaton Mitchell run through daylight?
They put a lot of pressure on the defense. Now you have to try to figure out, does Lamar have the football? But then you have to figure out, how do you tackle this guy? But I got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line. This offensive line, they're smart, they're physical. They get their best offensive lineman in Ronnie Stanley back, and they always play better when he's in the lineup, Coach.
You still have to defend Lamar on the bootlegs. That opens it up here, but this is what I love, too. They can do all this finesse, but then they can put all their big guys in, a 300-pound fullback.
They got 6 guys on one side, Coach. That's the scariest thing, trying to be a safety or a linebacker, trying to cover those guys.
They can do it all.
I saw that offensive line walk out for pregame warm-ups. It reminds you of San Francisco, the size those guys have.
Or the Lions.
That's exactly right. Didn't even have their pads on yet. Just 28 rush yards tonight, too, and Lamar Jackson will become the youngest quarterback ever to hit 5,000 rush yards.
Michael Vick tonight.
Amen. And Michael Vick, that all-time record, it will be run down very soon, Maria Taylor.
All right, you guys talk about how diverse they are on offense, but let's talk about how diverse they are on defense. I mean, top 5 in total, scoring, red zone defense. They lead the league in sacks. How are they able to create so much production defensively?
And this is what you call a team defense. There's no, like, big names that's doing everything for this defense. It's all the guys coming in, using disguise, how to rush. You see in this box, no one knows who's coming. They have everybody up on the line of scrimmage. Usually somebody pops out, but then they overload the right side to bring that pressure, and now the quarterback never knows what he has.
They never let you be comfortable. You don't know who's blitzing, what kind of coverage. Look at this. There's no free safety in the middle of the field. They're going to play cover 0 and then drop 2 defensive tackles out over the middle and just kind of call the bluff of the Detroit Lions. Mike McDonald will tactically take chances, the defensive coordinator for the Ravens, and I love that about him.
And then sometimes it's not always about a guy coming free. They overload one side, come from the other side to put Kyle Hamilton, their guy, one-on-one with a running back. And I'm sure they sit in meetings and they say, Kyle, you one-on-one with a running back, that's a win for us. Go dominate it.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think the thing that's amazing, too, is they lead the league in sacks. They don't have one premier pass rusher. I think that speaks to the scheme and the defensive coordinator and what he's doing.
And they're only giving up 169 yards per game through the air, but they're going to have to slow down Justin Herbert here today. We'll see if they're able to do that. Time for another football night alert. We're checking out the Chiefs and the Raiders. And the Chiefs trying to end this game
Uh-oh, here we go.
We got a trick play.
Jacoby's got bad memories of this kind of play.
I'm putting my head down,
Okay? All right. He didn't do it again. He took the. He just said, "I'm going down."
He should have did it that time. Last time. Yeah.
Okay, this game is on CBS 2.
He's gonna win.
We will get you highlights once it goes final. OBJ, he knows a little bit of something about SoFi.
Yeah, that's the guy. He's going to be in there pregame. One hand catches doing it all, man. It's a nice hoodie.
Yeah, it is nice.
We'll be right back. Well, it is the season of giving, and the Ravens have been providing some meals for those around Baltimore. Charger safety Derwin James, he also hosted his annual Thanksgiving dinner at the Boys and Girls Club in Greater LA. So shout out to all the players who are spending the holidays giving back to their community.
Way to go, Derwin.
Happy Thanksgiving. All right, guys, let's see what the Panthers and the Titans were able to do. Bryce Young is going to be strip sacked on this one. Jeffrey Simmons is going to recover the fumble.
Yeah, Arden Key gets the sack. This was about all they needed to do in Tennessee. They had a 10-minute touchdown drive to start the game. They get the short field here. Now Will Levis has got in the 10-yard line, and you give it to this guy, Maria. It kind of works out well.
Yeah, that was his second touchdown on the day. The Titans snap a 3-game losing skid with that one. The Patriots taking on the Giants. Mac Jones, he's getting the start in New York, but remember, he was benched during the Patriots' last game. He would throw 2 interceptions in this one.
And this one was tough. Like, I'm not sure who he was throwing to, what he saw, but it was honestly the turning point in the game.
It was. Way to go, G-Man.
It was 0-0, and we're like, you know, right here, DeVito throws a touchdown. We're like, hey, that one touchdown might decide the game, Maria.
DeVito to Isaiah Hodgins for the 12-yard touchdown. Forget about it, okay?
Hey.
It's Tommy DeVito's time.
He's from Jersey. Hey, there's the parents.
There's the parents. There they are.
Zappy.
Okay, Zappy's in. He's replacing Mac Jones. We're going to have a different result, right?
Right.
Maybe not.
No,
McKinney comes up with the interception, but they get him out of bounds, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yes, I'm telling you there's a chance. The Giants would kick a go-ahead field goal to take the 10-7 lead here, but we've got 6 seconds left. Patriots down 3. Chad Ryland, 35 yards away. He's got a chance.
Oh, Cincy goes crazy.
Yes, yeah, baby. That's right. What a day to be sitting in there with Devin McCourty. G-Men get the victory.
For some reason, that was the wildest game we watched all day. 2-game winning streak for the Giants. Guys, take a look at the draft order. The last time the Patriots had a top 5 pick was 1994. The last time they had a number 1 overall pick was back in 1993. And remember, that's the Panthers that have the number 1 pick right now. But it goes to the Bears. Let's talk about Mac Jones, because he's been benched for the 4th time this season. And I think maybe we thought even after Germany, maybe that was the last time we were going to see him as a starter. Moving forward, what's the expectation at the quarterback position?
I got called out last week. I thought Will Grier would be the starter. I said it, and people were like, you were wrong, because Will Grier got released right before this game. But I do believe that we see somebody different at quarterback. I'm not sure if it's Zappy. If I play defense on that team, I want someone new. I want someone
new, fresh
that
look,
hasn't been out there.
A new attack. Zach Cunningham. Maybe add some quarterback design runs, some of that stuff to go along with it, right? I think so. As far as Mac Jones, I mean, I think the problem is, can we definitively say he's not going to be out there the rest of the year? The problem is there's not a lot of great answers they got on their roster, right? I feel like his time as the New England Patriots, or at least with this regime, is coming to an end here. But I'm kind of with you. They need to do something different. Give the ball to Malik Cunningham, see what he can do there.
All right, Mac Jones, he started every single game this season. We'll see if moving forward he is still the answer. Time for another football night alert. We've got a final with the Broncos and the Browns. How about that, guys?
Look at those Broncos.
Look at them.
They're rolling now.
And take a look at your AFC North standings. Good news if you're a Ravens fan, now sitting at 8-3. Remember, they lost to the Browns earlier this season, so
Sean Payton's got him right.
There you go. That's right.
That's right.
We'll be right back.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Let's go!
It's been a rocky road for the Chargers, especially after they lost Mike Williams to the torn ACL back in Week 3. So they ask a lot of Justin Herbert, and he's provided hope even during these painful losses the last couple of weeks, Coach.
Oh, he really has. All these experts out here who are saying, well, Justin Herbert puts up good numbers, but he's not a great quarterback. You couldn't be more wrong, Rodney. This guy is doing everything for them, throwing the ball well, moving around, just making all kinds of big plays.
Coach, just like you talked about, he's showing different aspects of his game, moving around, scrambling. But if if I'm Justin Herbert, I have to go in this game with the mindset that I have to score as many points as possible. It has to be a shootout. I can't trust my defense.
Well, he's been a leader for them. He's a worker. He's making big plays. But you're right, Rodney. All those blitzes that Jack and Devin showed us from the studio, he's going to have to navigate those tonight from this Ravens defense.
And these wide receivers, they have to do a better job of catching passes.
Yeah.
You can't have drops.
Yeah. Last week they had a bad game, Jack. I don't expect to see that tonight. Keenan Allen and these receivers will show up.
Austin Eckler, he needs to be better as well.
Keenan Allen, despite the drops, 21 catches the last couple of weeks for him, 3 touchdowns over that span. And for Herbert, hard to imagine a losing record for him as the quarterback of the Chargers. He's putting up 25 points per game, though.
You know how many coaches would love to coach him?
A lot.
I'd love to coach with 25 points a game. I think you and I can do that, right?
Absolutely.
We'll send it back in to Maria.
We got Tony coming out of retirement to coach again. All right,
Coach. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Another football night alert. We've got 3 games that have gone final, but the Bills are driving right now. 3 minutes left in the game. We've got a 4-point ball game. We're going to keep you updated on that. That game is on CBS. All right. Coming up next, we got more highlights from Week 12 coming your way as the final games get settled.
Good Hands Moments, presented by Allstate.
This is my moment. This is my moment.
Touchdown Atlanta. Holy smoke.
I'm ready for my legacy. It's only begun. I'm the one.
Touchdown INDY. Touchdown Pittsburgh. I was just too eager.
Go ahead and take your shot.
Take a shot. Back in the end zone. Caught for the touchdown.
This is my moment.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
All right, just some of the guys who have played for the Ravens and the Chargers.
Whoa.
Fullback Lorenzo Neal.
Man, he was the best, man. One of the best fullbacks there was.
Woodhead.
Oh, Woodhead.
D2 players.
Look at that.
Like 8,000 yards in college.
Oh, a little Harbaugh action. He's feeling good today.
He is. He's back on the sideline.
Back on the sideline.
His brother John, no, he's going to be on the sidelines here tonight.
He's busy tonight, huh?
Yeah, 16th season as the Ravens head coach. That's the 3rd longest tenured coach in the NFL. That's him arriving just a little bit earlier today, trying to hold on to that top spot in the AFC. The Rams taking on the Cardinals. Matthew Stafford looking for back-to-back wins. To the first quarter we go. Stafford looking for Tyler Higbee.
Yeah, catches Higbee in the flat, and this just started the domination for the Rams. Higbee caught a few passes. Seemed like they tried to take Kupp and Nakua away, and they found other people.
Yeah, to the second quarter. Stafford finding Kyron Williams. Found him a lot, actually.
Welcome back, Kyron Williams. I mean, all over the place. Over 200
They were running the ball today, right?
It was out of control watching this team.
Kyron Williams hasn't played since week 6, been out with an ankle injury, but how about that 204 total yards on 22 touches, 2 receiving touchdowns, making Matthew Stafford, his buddy, look good as well. So, congratulations to the Rams. Y'all get a victory. We've got the Bucs taking on the Colts. Garner Minshew, a little Minshew magic here. Let's see, looking for their 3rd win in a row. Minshew scrambling, finding the touchdown.
Oh, that's what he does. I mean, he plays well within the pocket. They ran the ball great all day, and then Minshew makes a little magic here and there just to give the offense a boost.
Yeah, they had a 14-point lead earlier, but now up just 3, 4th and 1. The 4th down decision here.
Oh, Shane Steichen, this is where he's phenomenal. They sell out to stop the run. Mo Alley Cox behind everybody uncovered, right? That's tough for a safety on 4th and inches.
Okay, so 3 plays later, they're going to see whether or not they can take advantage of it. Good news is Jonathan Taylor's there. He's already rushed for a touchdown in this one.
They dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball today. It wasn't only the run game. They harassed Baker Mayfield with their defensive line throughout.
Yeah, last chance for the Bucs, about 2 minutes left to play. Strip sack.
Samson Ekubom, free agent signing from the 49ers this past year. Coming through, this Colts team, watch out, they're alive.
Yeah, he had 2 sacks on the day. The Colts 6 total, and they get the win 27-20. The Saints taking on the Falcons. Ludacris.
Luna.
I know what song he's doing.
Yeah, we know.
It's Move Blank, Get Out the Way. Okay? Derek Carr returning to action after that concussion. But this ends in the Falcons' first pick 6 of the season.
Jesse Bates started in the middle of the field, ran all the way down about 10 yards to go get this one.
Like he knew the play,
yeah,
right,
he
Devin?
said, Carr, I know what you're doing. Let me take that. Threw the peace sign up. No flag.
No flag.
No
Got away with
it. And it's not going to be the last time that we see Bates have a huge play. Going into the second half, again, he's going to come up with the forced fumble against Taysom Hill.
All the talk was Taysom Hill kills the Falcons. He does this, he does that. Jesse Bates said, hold on, I'm the playmaker today. Strips the ball out and holds the Saints off the scoreboard because they were in position to kick a field goal possibly.
Yeah, on the ensuing drive, it's going to be an opportunity. You worked hard, you punched the ball out. Let's see what you do with it. Desmond Ridder, he's back in after sitting for 2 games, finds Bejan Robinson.
Arthur Smith, I told you a few weeks ago, don't take out Ridder. He gets back in there, made plays running, and obviously that throw to Bejan right there for the touchdown.
I thought he was just going to run to the locker room. Was like, I mean, we got it under control here. Bejan Robinson, 123 total yards, a couple of touchdowns, but the Falcons' run game was something that really stood out, 228 yards rushing.
Their team is built around their own line. You know, draft picks, money they've spent, they got to start dominating up front. And for our man Luda, right, move, get out the way. That's what they were doing all day long with this Saints defense. Bijan Robinson's such a gifted runner, and then we know they got a lot of guys to go along with.
Yeah, we saw Algier get in there. He made plays happen. Then we saw Patterson get in there. What was that, a year ago? Patterson was like their guy.
Right.
So I love that they said, hey, we're going to run the ball. And when I loved how they ran over
physical,
people.
downhill, right? No tricks. Just we're coming at you. No excuses. And then what did it do? We loved Desmond Ridder had some good moments in this game. He was decisive. He scrambled at the right time, made a few plays there. It's still shaky every now and then, but if they run the ball, it'll certainly make his life easier, and then he'll just have to make that play here or there every now and then.
What the Falcons are putting together, they're undefeated in their division, tied for first with the Saints with that head-to-head
victory. Of course you know that. You're happy. We get it.
And I know that Jeezy performed at halftime, okay? I also know that Mike Florio spoke with Bijan Robinson after the game. What'd you learn from him, Mike?
Well, I asked him about that touchdown catch that we saw, and he said that's exactly how they drew it up. The idea was that they would try to get linebacker Demario Davis to try to cover Bijan Robinson. Keyword, try to cover him. And that's exactly how it unfolded. And he told me the biggest thing he was worried about, when he got into the tunnel, he got those cleats on the smooth concrete. Just don't fall down. Just don't fall down. He did not fall down. He had 123 total yards, 2 touchdowns. He said, this is what they expected of me. And he's heard the noise on the outside that he doesn't get maybe enough touches. He says, look, I don't worry about that. I just try to do the most with the opportunities I get.
All right, appreciate it, Mike. We got another football night alert for you. The Bills coming up with a huge touchdown here. It's Josh Allen finding Gabe Davis.
Little play-action pop pass, right, Devin McCourty?
I saw a lot of that playing against Buffalo.
I'm sure.
And they ended like that a lot.
And they ran the ball down the field on Philadelphia and then capped it off with the touchdown pass. Philly's got the ball. They're driving.
Yep, just over a minute to play. We'll keep you updated.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Come on, baby. Hey, oh, let's go, let's go. Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The cook is in the kitchen. Hey, oh, let's go, let's go. Whoa. Outlaw, baby. My goodness. Touchdown! It is Southern California. Lamar. Those were mad moves. Oh, and what a grab. Oh, my goodness.
This is Football Night in America. Served by Applebee's.
All right, Ravens sitting at 8-3, Chargers at 4-6. The head coaches meeting on the field. Brandon Staley in his 3rd season as the head coach of the Chargers, and John Harbaugh, 16th. I always wonder what they're talking about there.
He's like, how'd you keep your job for 16 years?
What are you saying?
I might be in trouble a little bit. Any advice?
All right, let's see what Matthew Berry is talking about. It's time for the DraftKings Sportsbook 3-play. Matthew?
Hey, thanks, Maria. Well, what I'm talking about is the Ravens' run game, okay? Like, when they get in close, they like to run the ball. In fact, this year, the Baltimore Ravens have the 3rd most running back carries inside an opponent's 5-yard line. And when they get in close, they like to give the ball to Gus Edwards. In fact, Gus has now had 4 straight games with multiple go-to-go carries. He gets a lot of opportunities around the goal line. He's been very successful with them. I think he gets in again tonight, so give me a Gus Edwards anytime touchdown as the first part of my 3-play tonight. Now we move over to the Baltimore side of the ball. First game without Mark Andrews. Who's going to replace him? It's likely to be Isaiah. Listen, ignore the dad joke and focus on this. The Chargers have allowed at least 3 receptions to a tight end in every game this year except 2. Likely in games in which he's been the primary tight end, which he will be tonight. He's got a 20% target share, so give me the over on Isaiah Likely, 2.5 receptions. And then finally, I think the Ravens win this game. We just saw Brandon Staley and John Harbaugh there. Honestly, between the two of them, give me Harbaugh in a close game every single time. So I'm taking the Ravens money line to end the 3-play. Once again, Gus Edwards anytime touchdown, Isaiah Likely over 2.5 receptions, and the Ravens to win straight out. Maria.
All right, thank you, Matthew. I think Lamar Jackson loves hearing that. He and the Ravens offense have set a franchise record by putting up over 30 points in 5 straight games. But Devin sat down with Lamar this week and found out they still got a little more to give.
This offense, if you had to do a scale 1 to 10, where are you guys at right now?
I'll say 7. I'll say we're 7 right now. The sky's the limit for us. We hit strides, you know, but our thing is just being consistent. I've been saying this all season.
You talked about earlier this year, Todd Monken allows you to give him plays.
Yeah.
What's the best play that you've given him that we've seen on the field so far?
The best play I've given him? I don't know.
You could take credit for any play. We don't know.
I know that, but that's not me, though. I don't want to just, I did this right here and I ain't do it. You know, I don't know. I can say I did something during the game that wasn't on script. It was Detroit. It was a play-action pass, and I was supposed to be rolling out to my left.
Went back to Gus Edwards.
Gus had that 80-yard catch and run. That was off script, and we never threw the ball back to the back on that play. And that just happened to be one of those ones.
There's always conversation about whether you should run more or run less. What's your take on Lamar Jackson running the ball?
As long as we win the game, I did enough running.
I like
game's been getting a lot faster. I say, you know, sometimes people say slow down from you being in the game so long, but I believe these guys these days been getting faster and like smarter. I believe guys are watching film a lot more. You know, the game's is changing in a good way though.
You got these 2 young rookies, Keaton Mitchell and Zay Flowers. Can you still get them in a race?
I don't know. Those guys pretty fast, but you know, I still got it though. It doesn't change, you know. I just don't run like that, but ain't nothing changed. I still got it.
I love it, man. Players always looking for a kind of chip on the shoulder each year. What's the chip on your shoulder this year?
Just trying to get me a chip. I really don't care about the noise, you know. I block it out. I like being the underdog. You know, so when we getting praised, that's when I'm really mad.
Much.
I'm like, man, bro, I don't want to hear that stuff. Like, man, stop talking about us. Talk about the other teams.
Yeah,
like,
talk about what we need to do better.
Yeah, like, I like when they just going at us, like, yeah, they're not the team that, like, yeah, it's because people overlooking us, you know. I like being the underdog, you know, and then we just show up and show out.
All right, Devin's full conversations on the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. I see he came with his Crocs. You came with a better style of shoe, but
you won that one.
You learned a lot from Lamar in that conversation.
And he has a good paying job, like really high, so he's not worried about his shoes. But he's having fun, but he's so focused on improving. He talked about it over and over again. He needs to get better. The team needs to get better. He wants that Super Bowl.
Yeah, you see it. When you turn on the film with the Lamar Jackson doing right now, Lamar Jackson, excuse me, I mean, he's a complete quarterback. I got to get sick of hearing everybody going, oh, he's a running back playing quarterback position. No, he's not. He's got a gifted arm. He reads defenses. You see here, goes through the field, left to right, gets to his fourth read over the middle to OBJ, puts it on the money to let him run after the catch.
And you see that right with OBJ. Catches a 15-yard pass, does the rest right here to Zay Flowers. I mean, a lot of movement on that route. Catches an 8-yard pass that he turns into 25, 30 yards. Lamar now has those playmakers. I can give it to you whenever, and you can do the rest.
Yeah, and then they got other answers off their great run game. They got these read options, these RPOs, right? Here you got it. Okay, you think you got all the answers to stop Lamar running the ball off the edge. He hits OBJ. It's the creativity of the offense. The drop back pass offense is better. They can run the football. He wants to play in the pocket. And to your point, he don't got to do it all himself anymore. He's got some people to help him out.
Yeah, 5th in the league in completions, and also he has thrown 12 touchdowns, just 5 interceptions on the season. I'm sure we're going to see more from him, and he's salivating because he's looking at this Chargers defense right now, guys, and he's thinking, oh, entering the week, the Chargers have allowed the most passing yards per game. Oh, they've allowed 31 passes of 25 or more yards. That's the most in the NFL. Oh, and they've also allowed 5 quarterbacks to have their season high in passing yards. That's all happened to
Not good.
Chargers.
He's smiling right now. No doubt about it.
He walked in smiling. Okay, guys, it's time for a football night alert. We've got some Eagles fans and Kelly Green smiling right now. 9-yard field goal to tie up this ball game. It's good.
59, sloppy conditions, windy, rainy. The Eagles never die. They're unbelievable.
All right, that game's still rolling on CBS. You see it's got 20 seconds left to go. We'll continue to keep you updated. The Bills with 1 timeout left in the ball. All right, we've got the Browns taking on the Broncos. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, fresh off his first career win last week. Remember, he was emotional. And DTR finding Harrison Bryant in the 3rd quarter.
Nice job right here. I mean, Denver been controlling the game. They go for it on 4th down there. Gets the touchdown. Good job by DTR.
Yeah, but you hate to see this, though. Thompson Robinson taking a huge hit.
Ooh. Barrett Browning, who's a really good player for the Broncos. This is where, hey, it's different than college football, right? You've been playing out in the Big 12, but not a real big guy, Pac-12, excuse me, takes a big hit right there. And then Denver, Russell Wilson. And not a great game, Maria, but just taking care of the football. A few magic plays, just like you see right here. And then Denver ran the ball surprisingly really well against Cleveland today.
This pass to Adam Troutman was originally ruled incomplete, but you see the review. It's ruled a touchdown, so the Broncos go on to win their 5th in a row, guys. The longest winning streak since 2015. A big game coming up for them, though. They are at Houston next week. The Steelers taking on the Bengals. Eddie Faulkner, he is now the interim OC. Mike Sullivan, he is calling the plays. Matt Canada is out. Kenny Pickett, though, looking for Deontay Johnson. A lot working through the air for them.
It looked like a touchdown. We were in the screener room today. We were like, touchdown. Oh, wait, let's watch. Then we saw the replay. We're like, definitely a touchdown. Are they going to challenge this play?
Should have.
Should have
challenge. There was no challenge. Okay, so then Jalen Warren gets the handoff. But the ball's punched loose. Look, but take a look, though. Look at Deontay Johnson on this play.
Very next play, you don't challenge, then you fumble, and then you kind of watch the replay like Deontay Johnson, move, block, do something. He doesn't block, so I get it. Even if he was blocking, he might not see the ball, but now he sees this action. You're one of our fastest guys. Chase, do something. Not a good play to be in there Monday morning.
Okay, well, Jake Browning is making his very first NFL start for Joe Burrow, who's out the rest of the season. He's going to be looking here for Jamar Chase, but instead is intercepted.
Thompson with a big interception. This game was early on, was a field position game. They were in field position to possibly kick a field goal or score a touchdown. Big turnover in this game.
Ensuing drive, Najee Harris, he's going to walk it in.
What I loved about Pittsburgh today was they threw the ball down the field, but they still ran. And this was surprising. The flag came out, then they picked the flag up. But that looked like a hold to me,
seriously. Clearly holding, no doubt about it.
Well, it's not called, I know. Zach Taylor pitched like, what's going on? Mike Tomlin's like, still got my shades on, feeling pretty good.
Feel cool.
Yeah, guys, for 58 straight games, the Steelers could not gain more than 400 yards. Today, they gained 421. Yeah, 45 of those games were when Matt Canada was the OC, but it's huge for them kind of looking forward. But what you like to see in this was the downfield passing game that they were able to open up.
That was the key to the day, all right? Devin talked about they stayed with the run, right? And I think the run, yes, it was good. It worked, though, and had so many yards between Warren and Najee Harris because they loosened up the Bengals defense a little bit to where they went first play of the game. They said, you're going to have to worry about this today. You know, it's not going to be dink and dunk and run the ball up the middle all day long. Freiermuth being healthy at tight end was a big boost for this offense.
Yeah, he had 11 targets, 9 catches, so it allowed them to take advantage of the middle of the field, which didn't open up Johnson outside, open up Pickens outside, and then like we talked about, they still finished with 153 yards rushing. So this to me is a recipe for them to have success going into the playoffs. Cameron Hayward, all these guys up in defense, TJ Watt, they still want to see some points scored on the offensive side.
They want to see those big explosive plays. They came into the game with only 2 passing plays of over 20 yards. They had 2 of those in the game, so that's got to feel good if you're a Steeler. And actually, Mike Florio got a chance to speak with one of their leaders in Cam Hayward.
Yeah, and I asked him about the turmoil from this week with the firing of Matt Canada as offensive coordinator, and he said, you guys have to close ranks, rally around each other. It's easy to point fingers, but at the end of the day, the players have to execute. There was also a report from ESPN on Saturday that after last week's loss to the Browns, Deontay Johnson and safety Minka Fitzpatrick got into a heated argument that Hayward and TJ Watt actually broke up. Hayward said, it's football. We expect you to be passionate about it. And when guys are passionate, we just have to handle it.
And I expect nothing less from the Steelers, actually. I was like, if anyone can handle it, it's them. Also, okay, Justin Tucker, we love to see it.
Man, on the money.
I mean, come on.
Longhorns, like that's what he is. He's a Texas Longhorn. It's money right there.
Here we go.
Boom.
Here we go. Okay.
Yep.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
3, 2, 1.
It's showtime.
Herbert, end zone. Touchdown! Throws over the middle to the goal line. It's a touchdown!
One of the biggest plays this season. One time. No good. As if he were invisible.
Trying to get me a chip.
Lamar.
Showtime.
So with the win, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens would end the day at the top of the AFC. And for Brandon Staley in LA, the time is now if they're going to scrap together a playoff run coming off 2 straight losses. This quarterback, Justin Herbert, he's played well over that tough stretch, but only gets harder tonight against the second-best scoring defense. Let's go on the field. Presented by Hyundai. Last year, the Ravens, they traded for Roquan Smith, and he has been a star in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, Coach, they told me he's brought an attitude, a work ethic, and speed, and no one plays faster from sideline to sideline. He'll be watching Austin Eckler closely out of the backfield, but I love the impact that he's had on linebacker Patrick Queen, Coach.
Yeah, he really has, and Patrick Queen is cut from the same cloth. He's fast, he's physical, he makes sideline-to-sideline tackles, he can blitz, he can pop out of there and cover wide receivers. These 2 linebackers do it all for this Ravens defense.
But I'm also excited to see
safety. I knew you were going to say that.
Kyle
Safety,
Hamilton.
man.
He told me, he said, Rodney, I can play anywhere on the football field. I said, you're best utilized when you're close to the line of scrimmage. So now they can use your size, your speed, and all the skills that you have. And this is when he's at his very best. He's an excellent blitzer. He's got tremendous speed, but also great instincts, and he's long. He's 6'4". And when I was meeting with him in the pregame, he looked at me and was like, how you doing, Rodney? He was standing over me.
Yeah, I thought you were a big safety, right?
He was. You had a lot of conversations, connected with a lot of people before kickoff. What have you learned about these 2 teams?
Well, one thing, the Ravens, confidence. Boy, they are a confident group. They love how they're playing right now. And I think for the Chargers, their key is pass protection. That's what they're talking about.
I was looking at wide receiver Zay Flowers. He was on the injury report. Saw him out here warming up. He looks quick. He looks explosive. He looks like he'll be ready to go tonight.
I got a chance to catch up with Ronnie Stanley as well. Of course, coming back from the knee injury, he said, I feel great. Moving around, he's starting to look like himself again, too, as we sent it back in to Maria.
Thanks, Jack. Just to be clear, a lot of people stand over Rodney Harrison. First place in the AFC South on the line. And let's start with C.J. Stroud extending the play-fighting takedown.
Oh, he was phenomenal at this all day long today. Things were not easy on the offensive side of the ball, but it's like he's got a sixth sense in the pocket, moves in the right spot, buys time, and finds his favorite receiver in Dell, TD.
Yeah, he was pressured a lot, but he still had 3 total touchdowns on the day. Just before half, Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence looking for Christian Kirk. It goes 57 yards.
The one thing I love, the Jaguars, they attacked in the passing game today, made a lot of big plays, and you're thinking right here, hey, it's 1 second left. Let's just go in and kick the field goal and be up 16-7. That's what I wanted. You know that. No.
We're going for it.
They go for it. They don't get it. I'm a believer in keep the pressure on. They got the ball in the second half and just overwhelm them with that. Now the Texans go into the half with all the momentum.
All right, well, after a Lawrence interception, Stroud coming back in, and he's going to have to skip his way into a touchdown.
Yeah, that's right. In Stroud, his movement, whether it's to throw the ball or just to get a key scramble, and then come up with a cool end zone celebration, the guy's top-notch, right?
We heard it from the movie Baby Boy, we're rolling with it. The Jaguars looking to answer on their very next drive. Calvin Ridley, please stand up.
Oh, that's right. He stood up a lot today. They found him a number of times down the field. Trevor Lawrence looked great. He threw 1 interception on the day, but over 360 yards in the game.
Jacksonville to get the 2-point conversion as well. Texans having a shot late. Final minute, Stroud looking and working.
Look at this. This is it all day. And usually he made magic happen in all these situations. Here, they get the incompletion. Now they have to settle for a really long field goal.
Yeah, 58 yards for Matt Amendola. He already missed a 50-yarder earlier in the game. Doink!
Doinker!
Right off the crossbar. It is no good. It just needed a couple of inches. All right, so Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars, they get the win. And here's what Lawrence had to say after the shootout.
I want the teams in our division to be as bad as possible. So, no, I'm not. That's how I see it. And the way they're playing, it's exciting. Yes, there's going to be I'm sure, some great matchups down the road. And CJ's playing. He's playing lights out. But, no, I mean, I wouldn't prefer that. I'd prefer if, the guys in our division didn't have good quarterbacks. It'd be better for us.
It's great for us. We love watching it. We love to see it, all right? Antonio Pierce said Raiders fans need to show up today. They did, and they looked scary. Josh Jacobs, he was scary on the ground also for the Raiders.
Pierce, not just your fans, your team showed up to play, jumping out to a 14-0 lead against division rival, the Chiefs. They got it going early, Maria.
They did. Jacobs, 20 carries, 110 yards, and Patrick Mahomes is like, I got my wide receiver. Y'all talked about drops. We ain't doing that today.
Yeah, I mean, the problem when you play Mahomes, he's that guy. So you go up 14, he comes back, hits Watson right before the half.
He's more dangerous.
Kansas City going, exactly.
To the fourth quarter we go. Patrick Mahomes looking for his rookie, Rashee Rice.
The speed for Rashee Rice, to me, jumps off the screen, catches a short pass, and he does the rest. Get off me. I got reservations for 6.
Rice had 8 receptions for 107 yards. Both of those are career highs, but really it was impressive the way that Patrick Mahomes was able to find Rice throughout this game, especially coming off of that loss to the Eagles where there were so many questions about the wide receiver position.
Right. This is an answer that, you know, we had to figure out if you're a Kansas City Chiefs fan, right? We talked about it. It can't just be Kelsey and then running the ball and think we're going to win the Super Bowl again. Somebody at the wide receiver position is going to have to stand up and be the guy, make a defense game plan for them a little bit. And Rashee Rice got size and got speed, like you said, Devin. And then it looks like he's getting into the trust tree with Mahomes and some of the scramble situations that I like a lot.
And that's what I love. And it's about consistency for these receivers. And I thought Mahomes did a great job this week talking. I got confidence. I'm going to keep going. And Rashee Rice is a guy, he can catch crossing routes. He can go down the field. He can just do so much for this offense. I'm looking forward to see him going forward.
Agreed. If they can keep running the ball the way they do, Kelsey over the middle, and now you get some one-on-one matchups outside with that guy, they'll find a niche for him, and they'll start becoming more explosive in the pass game.
All right, the Chiefs have the Packers next week, and it'll be on Sunday Night Football. We hope you join us for that. Let's go back to the game that was all about the AFC South. It was the Jaguars and the Texans. You saw Trevor Lawrence all happy because he's like, yeah, we got to have some good quarterbacks, guys. This is a battle we're going to continue to see. C.J. Stroud, the first NFL rookie with 4 300-plus passing games in a row, and you can see what Trevor Lawrence was able to do as well, but he had some very timely plays throughout this matchup against the Texans.
He really did. I think the thing that jumped out to me more than anything about Jacksonville, they got a good system, but it felt like today they were like, we're not looking to throw it 5 and 6 yards. We're going to attack a little bit, back this Texans defense off, and he made a number of big throws down the field.
And what I love about Lawrence is he wants everybody to go out there and have big games. He spreads the ball around. Christian Kirk, Calvin Ridley, Ingram in the middle.
Right.
Like he finds all of these guys over and over again. And when you do that for a defense, it puts so much pressure because you can't game plan to stop one guy when you go against a good quarterback that knows how to spread the ball around.
Moves well, can make plays off schedule, and they're patient with Etienne in the run, which they should be, right? The Jacksonville Jaguars are a really good team. We know Houston is too. I was amazed with what Stroud did again. It's unreal, but good job by Jacksonville.
Yeah, we saw Stroud on the run a lot. He was pressured a ton. That was thanks to a guy named Josh Allen, and actually Mike Florio had a chance to speak with him after the matchup.
Yeah, Maria, this went back to week 3 when the Texans went to Jacksonville and won by 20. Josh Allen said they embarrassed us in all phases of the game in our house. We had to return the favor. It was a vengeance tour. And he was matched up all day long on tackle Laramie Tunsil. When he wanted it that way, he said to Tunsil, I want it to be you and me, one-on-one. Allen ended up with 2.5 sacks, and Allen told me that Tunsil won a lot of the battles, but I won the ones that counted.
All right, so they are split 1-1 for the season. All right, let's check in with the other Josh Allen and the Bills with another football night alert. Josh Allen and the Bills were driving in overtime, looking for a touchdown.
All-out blitz, miscommunication. I don't know if he expects Gabe Davis to go straight there. Davis runs to the corner. Big opportunity to end the game right there.
Now Philly's driving. Like, that's tough. Once you kick a field goal, you leave it up in the air because you get the 3 points. Sure. You have the lead in OT, but now Philly has an opportunity.
Yep, Philly has the ball. 5 minutes left in overtime. All right, time for Barry's Bet, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew?
Hey, thanks, Maria. So just a quick reminder about my DraftKings 3 play for tonight. I like Gus Edwards anytime touchdown, Isaiah Likely over on the receptions, and the Ravens to win. I'm taking the money line there. As for my best bet, I think the Ravens are going to stop the deep passing of the Chargers. Get this, Baltimore has allowed a 30-yard completion in only one of their past 5 games, so I'm taking the under on Justin Herbert, longest completion, 34.5 yards. In fact, the Ravens have allowed fewest completions of 30 yards this entire season. So yes, I don't think they get deep. I think the passing game here is really underneath with Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. So once again, I'm taking Justin Herbert, longest completion, under 34.5. That's my best bet for tonight. Don't forget, on DraftKings Sportsbook this season, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $150 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. Just download the app. Use the promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. When we return, it is the best of Week 12 on Football Night in America.
Well, the Ravens, they have won 5 of their last 6. Roquan Smith saying, hey, that don't stop here. Let's get another win tonight on Sunday Night Football against the Chargers. That game coming up in just about 7 minutes. All right, it's time for the best of Week 12, including a pick 6 for Jesse Bates and a big win for the Falcons.
Here's Carr now, wants to throw. Intercepted Jesse Bates. He's got green grass. 40, 50, 40, 30, 20. Stride it out, Jesse. Touchdown, Atlanta.
And put the deuces up, too. All right, so now they're tied for lead in the NFC South with the Saints. The Falcons are with that 24-15 victory over Derek Carr and the Saints.
Oh, well, let's talk about the battle of the AFC South. It was a shootout between 2 great quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence came out on top, making a number of big plays. But this guy right here should not be ashamed. I mean, he is unbelievable what he's doing as a rookie. He's already one of the best quarterbacks in the game. And they came so close to beating the Jaguars. Little doinkage stopped that from happening. And the Jags are the AFC South champs for now.
And in the AFC North, the Steelers' changes pay off. They get the ball down the field, throwing the ball, something they haven't seen all year. Over 400 yards of total offense. Oh, yeah, and they still ran for over 150 yards. So Steeler football, don't feel bad, don't worry. They got the answers, and it looked good beating the Bengals today as they try to move forward and get ready for the playoffs.
Impressive. That's the best of Week 12. And guess what, guys? We finally have a complete game in Philly. Let's run to it. Here's a football night alert. Philadelphia Eagles, a touchdown wins this ball game. Jalen Hurts says, I'll do it myself.
Big moments. They go to the quarterback draw a lot. They just ripped off a big run with Andre Swift. The play before that, the Eagles, they're unreal. The resiliency. They hold you to a field goal, they score a touchdown. You miss a field goal, they kick a 60-yarder in the rain. They are truly one of the best teams we've seen.
I mean, it's magical to watch this team. Every week, we're like, what are they doing? Are they going to find a way? Buffalo finally has their number. Hold on. They're going to figure out a way to win. A great game to watch all day.
I mean, there are plenty of turning points, but one of them, a Josh Allen interception, which you could see the Eagles capitalizing on.
Yeah, so you have, the Bills are not as good as the Eagles. Mm-hmm. They have no wiggle room here. So the mistakes are amplified when Josh Allen, he threw a bad interception when they had control of the game. Certainly going to be a big talking point about Josh Allen. We know that, right? But it's the Eagles more or not that's really the star of the show. Their defense makes big plays when they have to. And Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, the run game, I feel like they're watching your old Patriot teams with Tom Brady, where you're just like, they need a touchdown? Well, they'll go score a touchdown. They need to stop? Oh, they'll get a stop. They need to run for 4 yards here? They run for 5 yards. They always have an answer.
And they show you how good they are because even down the stretch, Jason Kelce, one of their best players, 2 false starts, but they continue to find a way. Like, he gets that second false start. They had the QB draw already set up. It looks like Hurts is going to get some yards, get in field goal range. They still overcome. They overcome because they believe, hey, we're the best team in the NFL. It might not always look like it, but we're going to prove by the end of the game, the scoreboard is going to show the Eagles won.
They're 10-1, and I don't feel like they've really played an A-plus game the whole year, right? And I do look at it, and I don't mean this as an insult to Philly, where I go, as the year, like the 49ers at their best, the Ravens at their best, I kind of like their best better than Philly right now. Sure. But Philly just does whatever they got to do on a given Sunday to win that football game, and there's a lot to be said about that.
Philly was down 10 points in the fourth quarter, but what's interesting, too, about Philly is they can do it several different ways. We've seen it where maybe A.J. Brown's not having the best day, or the defense has to do it, or Jalen Hurts is going to take the opportunity and have to finish a game. They always find a way, but it's looked different several times this year.
And I think that's the difference between them and all the other teams in the NFL is that they have that opportunity. They can do it multiple ways. We talk about the 49ers. They need to play a certain style of game to be successful. Philly doesn't. They say, we'll figure it out in game, we'll adjust, and we'll win the game at the end of the day. And that's hard and impressive to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch that Philadelphia Eagles 49ers football game, right? I mean, I know the Eagles are still king of the NFC, certainly, right? But they haven't played their best ball. If they played like they did today against the 49ers will beat them. It'll be trouble, all right? But they always seem to rise to the occasion, that's for sure.
Now, Devin is wondering, he kept saying the 49ers are the best team in the league. I'm like, oh, God, I'm trying to put the Eagles now. All right, it's time now for your home team picks brought to you by Lowe's. Let's start things off with America's pick. And 82% of the country believes it is going to be the Baltimore Ravens who get a victory in SoFi here tonight. So let's get to our picks. I am going to go with the Ravens as well because I really don't ever go against Lamar Jackson today.
That's good enough.
I'm not mad at you. I'm going to go Ravens as well. I think the balance they have, a really good defense, a really good offense, is going to put so much pressure on the Chargers. They're not going to be able to keep up.
Agreed. I think that's how I look at it. A complete team is what the Baltimore Ravens have in all facets. And I look at this Chargers defense and go, they're not good already. And now they got to worry about stopping this overpowering run game, and they don't stop the pass anyways. I'm going Ravens.
All right, Matthew, who you got?
Yeah, I think Simsey's right. You know, the defense has struggled all year long for the Chargers, and they're banged up. The offense of the Ravens are playing as good as any team in the NFL. Give me Baltimore, Mike Florio.
Yeah, I think the desperation factor for the Chargers could make a little bit of a difference, but the Ravens trying to get that #1 seed. Lamar Jackson could be the MVP again. Give me the Ravens as well.
All right, let's get it out to by Jack Collinsworth. Who you guys rolling with?
Yeah, I'm with you. I just think the Ravens, they have a clean, old-school winning formula, that dominant defense, the ground game, #1 ground game in the league. I'm going Baltimore as well.
Yeah, the Chargers have struggled with pass defense all year, but tonight they're going to have their hands full with the Ravens running game. I'm taking Baltimore.
I think this is the best team Lamar has been on. He has a lot more freedom on the offensive side of the ball. This defense is really just scratching the surface of how good they can be, and they can win in different ways. I'm going Baltimore 30-24.
So give me a scenario for the Chargers then to pull off this win.
Well, they've got to make big plays with their passing game, and they can do it if they can protect Justin Herbert tonight against all those blitzes.
Mark Andrews is out tight end. Look for Isaiah Likely. He's a big athletic kid. He can make plays.
All right, back out to you, Maria.
All right, appreciate it, Jack. Did we just all go Baltimore Ravens?
That's scary.
I'm a little nervous about it.
Social media team.
They're ready right now.
They're coming after us, and we're wrong.
All right, well, those were tonight's home team picks brought to you by Lowe's. We're going to talk about the Bills and Eagles game at halftime. Please enjoy the game at SoFi. You got the Chargers, you got the Ravens, Mike Tirico, and our buddy Jason Garrett on the
Jason
call.
Garrett. Let's go.
Start. We'll see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes, or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.